Look at the front where it says Ames real big.
Hey everybody, right now I'm out here in McCandless, PA, and I'm revisiting one of the first places I ever filmed for my channel for you guys, the old Trader Horn out here. And in another video, you'll see an update from the Sun books. But I'm back out here because when Kayla and I first moved in together here, you know, she isn't from Pennsylvania. No, she's very new to the area. I wanted to show her this Trader Horn because Kmart is the reason why we got together. I posted a photo of the Shaler Kmart on my Instagram, and she found it, and that's how we connected, became friends, and ultimately became a couple. So, because of our shared fascination with Kmart, I wanted to show her the Trader Horn because I didn't realize it at the time, but I was pretty certain that this Trader Horn was an old Kmart back in the day, and then I did confirm that, obviously, by the aesthetics of the building, and by articles and stuff I found online from the 80s. So, anyway, it's been well over a year and a half since I've been here at this Trader Horn and Sun books. So, I'm going to check them out and see how it looks. Because when we were here the last time, there were signs on the doors of the Trader Horn that the county was trying to get the building because I guess they weren't paying on it or anything. The people that own it, they weren't paying on it. Shocker. So, let's see how it looks a year and a half after I first filmed it. Okay, guys, there it is, Trader Horn. As you can see, distinctly a Kmart. The brewery outlet on the left side was the garden center and auto center that this building had. And it's amazing, the more I look at it from way back here, how identical this looks to the Westview Kmart, which just closed in March. See over there the sign that still says Trader Horn, your favorite store? This was one of my favorite stores. I liked coming here, and the reason it closed was the owner just got up there in age and retired, and he didn't feel like doing this anymore, and unfortunately it ended up closing up the few stores that they had left. So that was a shame. It would have been cool to, you know, pass the torch off to somebody else, but I guess they just couldn't do it. So it was a shame to see that store close because Trader Horn was basically Kmart. They basically sold all the same things that Kmart did, but they also had like a really extensive hardware section in there too. On the right side of this building, you could get like drywall, paint, you know, all kinds of tools, like you were going into a small Home Depot. So, and they had clothes, they had food, you know, they had some electronics, not a whole lot. And they had a lot of sporting goods stuff for the outdoorsmen, you know, for like hunters and fishermen. So that was a really cool thing that they had. And I really loved coming here. My grandfather and I would come here all the time, you know, after my grandmother passed, we would come here all the time. And then my parents, we would come here all the time. And even when my grandmother was still alive, we would come here. You know, and I would get a lot of Penguins and Steelers stuff here, and Hot Wheels cars, NASCAR race cars when I was a kid, because everything here was so much cheaper than every place else. When I started driving after I got my license, I came here a lot, and got all kinds of stuff out of this store. So it's really sad that it's completely gone. If you look over here too, here is the Sun books, which if you remember I filmed that as well. And if you remember that video from 2017, this place was in bad shape inside. I mean, it was so disgusting in there with moss growing inside the door, all the tiles falling out of the ceiling. And it was in bad shape, but I'll show you that in that video for that place. Let's focus on Trader Horn. So a few nights ago, I drove by here too, and when I did, fire companies were out here. I guess they do like training exercises out here. I've seen them a few times out here, you know, I guess doing training, practicing, you know, for the event of an actual emergency or fire. So that's pretty cool. But one thing that caught my attention when they were here was, I swear, every single light in the building was on, which was really cool because I hadn't seen any lights on in here in a while because it was getting dark out. It wasn't completely dark, but it was getting dark. And when I looked, I think every row of lights were on in this building. So that was pretty cool. But other than that, though, that was the only time I had ever seen anything. Or that was the first time I had seen any life come out of this place since. So let's go see. Oh, they took the signs off the door, so. Iconic for Kmart. Now, fun thing about this Kmart, too, is that if you noticed, you know, when a lot of the stores converted to the big Kmart platform, they moved the doorway off to either side of the main entrance, you know, where it would say Kmart up here, up on top, where in this case it said Trader Horn. They would move the doorway off to the side and seal off all the windows. You know, most of them would be bricked over, but this one, they left it original because this Kmart closed up, I want to say in the early 90s. You know, I can't remember exactly what year, but I want to say around 91 or so, before it became a Trader Horn, because Kmart relocated up to McIntyre Square, you know, which is a few miles up the road, to a bigger store. And I mean, that thing was gigantic. And unfortunately, that closed as well when they started closing all their stores in 2013, 14. Let's see. You can see all the way into the back. Looks like somebody was in there. Looks like some graffiti. Looks like they might have been trying to clean it up recently. I'm not really sure. I see a squeegee by the service desk here. So this is something that's cool, like an 80s, you know, era Kmart. Yep, I mean, you can see the vent in the ceiling there. But when Trader Horn operated here, they ran a great business. They did a great job here. There is a light on. I know you won't be able to see it very well. There, hopefully you can now. I know it's really difficult, but if you look generally towards the middle of the screen, you'll see a light on, which is where the beer distributor is, or was. And I know I saw a light on in there last time I was here. But yeah, I do remember seeing lights on in here, I swear, just, you know, a few days ago. So that's awesome as heck. That sums it up. Sorry, this Trader Horn is now closed. I know it's really hard to see with the light glare, but as you can see, the door is starting to fall apart. The top hinge is gone. The middle one's gone too. It's only held on by the bottom. And it's just propped open. A few people have been here. This is where Trader Horn would put their advertisements. Like if they had specials, they would put it on there. They would occasionally have things out here too, like fertilizer and things like that for sale, just like Kmart would. It's a darn shame. I really wish we could go inside and check this out. I love this building, and as you guys know, I have the utmost respect for places, so if I were able to go inside, dude, that would be awesome as hell. It's so hard to see in there with the light glare, but how cool would it have been to see this with the lights on a few nights ago? But, you know, I thought about it. I thought about stopping down here, but I didn't want to interrupt or bother the firefighters and EMS guys that were down here practicing or training or whatever they were doing. I did not want to bother them. You know, they save lives, and they need to practice and they need to focus so they can do what they're trained to do. But still, pretty cool. Just for fun, I'll show you guys the brewery outlet here too, which was the old garden center, auto center, whatever you want to call it. See how it looks now compared to 2017. You know, as for that, it doesn't really look much different in there at all. Not that I remember. If anything, it looks like they tried to clean it up a little bit. Saw some garbage bags by the windows. I don't remember if they were there when I filmed this way back when, but it's possible. Let's go look in here now in the brewery outlet. I do remember last time I looked, they had beer still in here, which I thought was funny. All right, there you go, guys. Here is the brewery outlet. This seems to be new. I don't remember that, but who knows? Not much has changed in there. It's still trashed, and it's a shame. This was the old Kmart Garden Center. They still have that product on the shelf over there. Here, I don't think you can see it through that doorway, but look over here. See it on the left side of the screen. Cash registers are still in there. Man, would I love to go inside and explore. I would love to explore this place from the inside. All right, I flipped the camera around so you could see everything else. It's crazy how they just left that. The vendor didn't pick it up or anything. Can't imagine how many years old that is now. It does have the silver label for the Diet Pepsi with the newer logo. So within the last like 10 years. I mean, this place closed, gee, I want to say maybe 2013 or so, 14. I could be wrong on the exact dates. But that's what I remember. I wonder. Nope. No. Darn. There it is, the brewery outlet sign where the garden center was. Awesome. It's a shame it's sitting here rotting away slowly. Now, just for fun, we're going to walk around to the back of the building like I did, you know, last time I was here. Just see how it looks now, if anything has changed, which really nothing has. You know, this is a nicer part of town. It's quiet up here, you know. People don't really cause trouble up here, and that's what I like. This building doesn't really look changed at all. It's untouched, it looks like, from the last time I was here, and I'm very thankful for that. You know, I'm glad people respect this place as much as I do. So, I mean, you got a little bit of graffiti here, but that was there last time. That's what I mean. They have a little bit there, but that's it. Your garage doors are what they are, and people have tried to get in. I do know that. But this place is locked up tight. And obviously it was used recently if they had the lights on. Trader Horn. Yep. As I always joke, you know, the garden center is the prison yard here for Kmart. Here you go, look at this. Lawn and garden pickup. Now, whether or not that's original to Kmart, I don't know, but Trader Horn, I'm certain, used that. It's pretty cool to come out here to an old Kmart like this. Even though it was repurposed for the last, I don't know, 25 so years of its life, it's still pretty cool to come out here and check this out. I can't imagine what's inside. I'm sure there are some Kmart goodies in there if you look in the nooks and crannies of this building from the 80s, the 70s maybe. I'm not sure when this one was built. I don't know when this one was built here. I couldn't find information online no matter how hard I searched. But I did find, you know, a couple things that, you know, said it closed around 91, 92, somewhere in there. So this is cool. Still hear the electrical box humming away. It's just so rusty back here too. And dirty. But it's awesome to be here to check this out. The drains don't work anymore. Would not want to come back here in the summer. There'll be a crap load of mosquitoes. I'm not even bothering to check the doors because I know they were locked in 17. You know, I know I checked the front ones, but these ones, I mean, you can't anyway. There's really no way to check them, so what's the point? Back over here, there was nothing. It was absolutely nothing over here at all, except people dumping garbage and tagging it and having fires. Thankfully, as you can see, a lot of it has been painted back over, so it doesn't look bad. You know, it looks nicer. There's garbage there, whatever that is. People dumping things, it looks like. A lot of logs. That's a fire hydrant under that. Man, would it be cool to come in here and check it out and explore. Just for the fun of exploring. You know, just to see the inside of this place one last time before who knows what happens to this. Will this get repurposed again? It's going to need some TLC if it does. Give it a little tug. Nope. That's what I thought. Parking lot would need a lot of attention, especially out front. This, you can't let this go. This is in bad shape too. Still, it was cool to come back out here and check it out for you guys one last time. Alright, well, that's going to wrap it up. Oh, look at this. Right as I was wrapping up the video. I forgot that was on there. I should remember, the road comes right past it. Isn't that cool? Anyway, guys, I am going to wrap this up. Hope you enjoyed this video. And it was cool to revisit this place again after all this time. Like I said, man, I'd like to get inside and check it out. But anyway, if you enjoyed the video, guys, make sure you give it a like. If you're not a subscriber to the channel, I don't know what that was. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, hit the subscribe button and the little bell icon so you can be alerted for all notifications for all videos I upload. Never miss an upload. And on that note, guys, I'm going to take off. Actually, I'm going to go film the Sun books again, so stay tuned for that video, guys. I'll talk to you later. Take care. Stay awesome. Bye-bye.